Tuesday, January 7th. In Berlin, without Hermann Göring's knowledge, Hitler orders the Luftwaffe to put Group 1 KG-40, based in Toulouse in France and comprised of 12 Focke-Wulf 200 Condor, at the disposal of Karl Donitz, chief of the submarine fleet. The planes will carry out reconnaissance missions in support of the U-boats operating in the Atlantic. In the Battle of Britain, German and British air operations are hindered by poor weather conditions. Nevertheless, London suffers attacks while the British target ports on the Norwegian and Dutch coasts. In France, the camp of Rivesaltes in the Eastern Pyrenees is put into operation as a concentration camp. Thousands of Spanish women and children have been confined there since 1939 and having fled Spain at the end of the Civil War. In the Greek-Italian War, a fleet of Greek destroyers operating in the Adriatic Sea crosses the Otranto Channel and enters the Gulf of Vallona to shell the city. British planes also bomb the city. In North Africa, Bardia is now definitely under the control of British and Allied troops. Operations against the Italians are focused on eastern Tobruk. In East Africa, in Sudan, heavy artillery battles are fought out in Galabat, a village located on the border with Ethiopia. In Tokyo, Admiral Yamamoto sends a memorandum recommending that Japan should carry out a surprise attack against the American base at Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. Wednesday, January 8th. In the United States, a budget is approved with 62% of spending going on defense. The Chief of Staff, General George Marshall, declares on the radio that land and air forces are being reorganized, incorporating more modern weapons and adapting them to the new strategies of war. Furthermore, 600,000 new soldiers are being trained to join the different military corps as soon as possible. At the same time, Admiral Jack Towers, the Navy Air Chief, announces that there are currently 4,000 aircraft in operation. Next year, the number will exceed 6,500, and the flight academies are instructing 800 new pilots each month. In Britain, the Avro 683 Lancaster bomber is tested. The Lanc, as it will be called by the military, will become the RAF's most successful nighttime bomber. Meanwhile, the Admiralty announces the loss of the submarine Regulus and the sinking of a German U-boat and an armed tugboat by the Tuna. British planes attacked the port of Naples in southwest Italy, seriously damaging the battleships Giulio Cesare and Vittorio Veneto. Thursday, January 9th. In Washington, Under-Secretary of State Summer Wells meets Russian Ambassador Konstantin Umansky to discuss relations between their two countries. In Berlin, at a meeting with the High Command of the Armed Forces, Hitler declares that Germany will be impregnable once the war against Russia is won and the vast territory of the Soviet Union and all its resources are under control. This victory will mean that Germany can fight on other continents without ever being defeated. In London, the headquarters of the Free French Forces announced that Nanval, one of their submarines, has been sunk by the enemy. In the Greek-Italian War, Fighting continues in Albania. The Italian forces try to stall the march of the Greek army towards Berat, while their planes bomb the enemy lines of Koritsa, killing more than 100. On the Mediterranean front, several squadrons of the Regia Aeronautica attack British convoys sailing towards the islands of Malta and Crete. And at nightfall, the Greek city of Salonika and its port on the Aegean Sea are targeted. In North Africa, the Allied motorized and infantry forces are now 5 kilometers west of Tobruk. After cutting off the city's communications, they prepare for the assault. In the Battle of the Atlantic, U-105, commanded by George Shewe, destroys the British merchant ship Bassano. Friday, January 10th. In Berlin, Hitler continues to meet with his military commanders. Accepting defeat in the Battle of Britain, he focuses his full attention on the forthcoming invasion of the Soviet Union. He is convinced that once his armies enter Russian territory, the Soviets will be forced to send troops from the east to the west, and then his Japanese allies will be able to begin their long-desired expansion towards the south without the Bolshevik threat at their backs. Meanwhile, in Moscow, a new Nazi-Soviet pact is signed to establish the frontiers between the two countries. The agreement on the supply of raw materials, signed in 1940, is also renewed. The Soviets promised to deliver 2.5 million tons of wheat and other agricultural produce by May 1942 in exchange of war equipment. On the Mediterranean front, British merchantmen and their escort ships sailing towards the islands of Malta and Crete continue to come under enemy attack. On their first action in the area, 2 torpedo boats, together with several squadrons of Italian and German planes based in Sicily, seriously damage the aircraft carrier Illustrious and sink the cruiser Southampton. The British Air Force in the Middle East bombs Naples on the Italian mainland and Palermo in Sicily. In the United States, Congress finally passes the Lend-Lease Act, which will substitute the cash and carry policy. Harry Hopkins, President Roosevelt's advisor, arrives in London to meet British leaders. Saturday, January 11th. In Berlin, Hitler holds meetings with the General Wilhelm Keitel, Chief of the High Command of the Armed Forces, OKW, and General Alfred Jodl, Chief of the Operations Staff of the Armed Forces High Command. He admits that Mussolini is a disastrous ally and tells him that, even though it means delaying the Russian campaign and directly confronting the British, it is necessary to help the Italian army in North Africa and Albania. He later signs Directive Number 22, ordering a panzer division to Libya. In London, Harry Hopkins, Roosevelt's special envoy, visits the Prime Minister's residence to reassure him that the American president is ready to offer every possible help and that he does not doubt that Hitler and Nazism will be defeated. In time, Hopkins and Churchill will become close friends. During the visit, the Luftwaffe attacks the British capital with incendiary bombs. In Albania, after 4 days of bloody fighting, in which the Italian army has used the M13 tank of the Centaur Armored Division for the first time, the Greeks take the Klissura Pass. In the United States, President Roosevelt comments on the Special Powers Bill, which will be voted upon in Congress, saying that he has no intention of using these to aid Britain. They will only be used if urgent decisions regarding the security of the nation have to be taken. Sunday, January 12th. In Britain, the submarine and air war is having an effect on food supplies. From now on, restaurants and hotels will only be allowed to serve single-course meals. Good weather conditions allow the Germans to bomb London and the south coast of England. For its part, the RAF focuses its attacks on airfields and industrial areas in France, Germany, and Italy. The German press puts pressure on the Vichy government to collaborate more fully with the Third Reich, with headlines such as, "Pétain's France should not forget that there is a state of war between the two countries and it has been halted provisionally." In the Netherlands, registration offices run by the SS are set up to control all the Jews living in the country. In Albania, there is heavy fighting between Italian and Greek patrols, with both sides using artillery. General Ubaldo Sodu is replaced by Ugo Cavallero, in charge of the Italian troops. British planes based in Malta attack airfields in Sicily. In North Africa, the Allied artillery bombards Tobruk.